Boo!
Because
What, did you get a wet bottom too?
Because I was going back down there again.
Oh, I think this bench is wet.
What?
I think it's slightly damp, this bench.
Cool.
Well, you haven't shown your knitting.
Right. Yes, dear, that's because we do that next.
Oh, right, okay, sorry.
What? Cool. That'll be a good outtake. Okay, you keep filming, yeah? You still filming? You sure? Tip of the tongue, teeth, and the lips. And then we do welcome back.
Oh, right,
and
okay.
you can say, now Jones, what's on your needles?
Well, I'm not shouting. I can't even find my own group.
Is that... I've just pearled there, haven't I? Yeah, but do it like full on.
Okay.
Welcome
Welcome!
to episode 7. Ooh! I'm really excited now. I just realised something.
Why?
Star Wars episode 7 comes out next year.
Oh.
Wow. We're going to have to make this a really good episode then. Who's excited
The
about
pressure.
Star Wars? Yeah, the pressure. And it's filming at the moment in Ireland.
Oh, in Ireland, is it?
Skellig.
Not heard of it.
Um,
I am half Irish.
it's a
but-
tiny village to the south of the mainland, which has
The
loads.
mainland. It's only
Irish
one
mainland. No. They have islands attached to Ireland.
land. Okay.
Island, I-R-E-L-A-N-D, and Island, I-S-L-A-N-D. So it's something called Skellig Michael or something. Really cool name. And they weren't planning on filming there till September, but because of Harrison Ford's little mishap,
Yes.
not getting out the way of that door that fell on him and broke his ankle,
Yeah.
they've swapped around the locations and they're there now. It's causing a bit of a ruckus because they get something like some crazy figure of migrating birds that come there to breed and nest and things, and they're worried. The RSPB, the Royal Society for the Protection of Birds, are worried that they're going to disrupt the breeding. But they're there at the moment, and it does look amazing because there's like a monastery there, and they were really they were hardline monks.
You'll have to show me where it is on the map because it might not be that far from my mum's village. My mum is from, she's Irish, and she's from a tiny, tiny little village on the west coast of Ireland in County Clare. Tiny little village called Quilty, if you want to look it up. Quilty! I mean, how appropriate. It's right on the west coast. It's near the cliffs of, I can never say this, cliffs of Moher. I can never say it.
No.
It's very famous cliffs. They're just up the road from her, and they did live there. They moved, and they lived there for about 6 or 7 years. But yeah, my mum is Irish, and it's a beautiful little village, so it might not be far from there.
Maybe not. We
actually.
shall check.
Yeah.
So episode 7, exciting episode because I'm announcing the winner of the Bears in the Wild competition. For anyone
I
who's
have
wondering,
it written on this piece of paper.
well, you don't know yet because Bryony hasn't announced it yet.
All right, sorry.
Yes. So for anyone who doesn't know what the Bears in the Wild competition was, on the launch of Kay's first pattern, which is ages ago now,
Seems ages.
Mrs. Bakery Bear, we started a competition where you knit up your bakery bear and then you had a picture of it taken out in the wild somewhere, just somewhere nice that you like to go. So the Bears in the Wild competition, for those of you who don't know, when Kay launched her first pattern, we started a competition. The thread's been running in our forum. Bryony has been checking the pictures, blooming amazing pictures from all over the world. Really hard decision yesterday, but she has picked her winner, or at least we hope she has. And she'll be joining us later on the podcast to tell us all about it. But aren't we launching officially a new competition today?
But yes, it starts on the 1st of August, but
Yes.
that'll be
Today.
today.
Yes. So we are
And
launching
the power
a
is
new
today, yes.
competition. And what's that?
It is getting ahead of the game, we've called it, haven't we?
Yes.
And it's Christmas knitting.
Ooh.
So get a start on your Christmas knitting, and
I think this
we-
is Christmas knitting.
and
Can I
so
enter
is
this? Can we
So
enter
is
these?
this.
Could we
Well,
enter
we
these?
can't enter, can we?
Oh,
Because we can't win a prize, can we?
fine.
Really, that
Fine. okay.
Wouldn't really be fair
Don't
if
worry.
you won.
Yeah, but can I just enter anyway?
Well, no, well, you could. And then
Not
if
really.
Not really. If you
I'm
put,
discounted. Who decides who wins?
it's random number.
Oh, okay.
We'll just do random numbers.
So you could just enter the worst project ever.
There aren't any worst projects.
I know. Well, have you seen my scarf?
Oh. I'll take that back.
It's the first thing I ever knit.
Yeah.
Not good. What's happened to it?
It's somewhere.
Okay. Is it hibernating or is it officially dead?
It's not frogged or anything. It's it's somewhere. I can't think where I put
Cool.
it.
Go. Tell us about the competition. Sorry.
So basically, you're just knitting anything at all that's a Christmas gift or has got a Christmas theme. If you want to knit Christmas decorations for your tree, absolutely fine. Or any Christmas project. What I will say actually is I thought, because Denise had been running her Christmas in July knit-along, I just thought if you'd been knitting in that and you'd got a project that was partly done but not finished, then just carry on. I'm happy for people to just carry on with it. Are you?
Yeah, because it's funny you should mention that, because this is in...
Oh, that's in Denise's, yeah.
Mm.
So if you're participating in Denise's and you don't quite finish it,
that competition finished 31st of July.
31st, yeah. Then just hop across to ours and you can carry on and finish it in ours. I'm quite happy with that. We're not, sticklers for that.
Yeah, don't expect any leeway from Denise, considering her co-host on her podcast is the Dark Lord of the Sith.
Yeah, you are.
So don't try saying, "Oh, does it matter if I finish a day late?" Because the answer will be no. She'll force choke you.
we were just watching you, Denise, this morning in bed.
I noticed Darth Vader. She was saying that no one did. Okay, Denise, you did have to say, "Did you see something behind me?" As soon as you said that, though, spotted it. Yes, yeah. That's so cool.
That's because the first time we watched it, you were listening to it. I was watching it and I was knitting at the same time, so I must have been looking down when Darth was in the background.
There we go.
Why it happened.
Yeah.
So I'll open a couple of threads. One will be just chatter and one will be for your finished objects. So just make sure in the finished objects that there isn't any chatter if you can help it, just so that it makes it easier when we draw the winner. And that's it really. On the prizes, have we said... Oh,
we haven't said what...
Oh! Now then, I've changed this just very slightly because Sally, my best knitty friend Sally, said to me, when I was showing the colours for the kit, for the Bakery Bear kit I put together.
Oh, some black. That's nice.
That's for the... It's not black, it's brown.
Oh,
it's
sorry.
for the nose. You see, you're interrupting me and I'm losing my thread.
Oh.
She said she expected it because it was a Christmas knit-along. She expected the colours of the clothes to be red, white and green, and I'd put red, white and blue. So, of course, I've changed it. And it is now red, white and green, Christmas colours. So this is the prize. It's a Bakery Bear kit. You've got a cascade of yarn.
It could be a cascade.
It could be.
You could choose to throw them over yourself on receipt.
A skein of
Cascading yarn.
220 in beige. I just think it's... can I say beige?
You could say beige.
I can't say it.
We've invented a new colour.
This colour.
The new colour is beige.
How's that? I do have problems with certain words and that's clearly one of them. Yes. But it's this colour. And then you've got red, white and green in King Cole bamboo cotton, which is what I use for all my bear clothes. There's a badge in there. There's a Bakery Bear badge. There's buttons.
Some might say this is knitting Gubbins.
It is Gubbins, yeah. There's some buttons in there. There's the eyes are in there, and there's also even a little bit of cotton for the nose. So there's everything in, apart from the stuffing. You just need the stuffing, obviously.
Yeah, that'll be so massive.
I'll have to send a massive amount of stuffing. And I'll just say a word on stuffing, actually. If you're in the UK, I can't comment for the US, but
do you know, I have to say, stuffing, my chosen stuffing is Paxo. Although I do like homemade stuffing.
I was going to say, is mine not better?
Onion, a bit of sage.
Sage and onion.
Yeah. Beautiful, yeah. Beautiful. Sorry, what are you talking about?
I have no idea. I've been distracted by the thought of stuffing.
I love stuffing, me.
He does.
I could eat it for dinner.
When it's Christmas,
with a bit of gravy.
When it's Christmas, we have like 5 different types of stuffing. It's like a nightmare. So I was saying about stuffing, if you're in the UK, the best stuffing I've found is the one that Hobbycraft sell. I've used a couple of different ones, and the one at Hobbycraft, I've got some down there, but I don't need to show you, but I find that it's very even. It doesn't have, others that I've used have got like big sort of rough lumps in it, but the one from Hobbycraft, it's all very, you know, it's the same kind of texture all the way through. It's really good, and I find that you can kind of shape it. So you can pack it in and then shape it into the shape. So if you're in the UK, Hobbycraft do the best stuffing. So that's the prize, and that runs for a month.
Yeah,
so till the end of August.
And how many days are there in August?
30 days. That's September, April, June. 31.
31st of August.
I have to do that every time.
So getting ahead of the game.
Getting ahead of the game. I'll open 2 threads, a chatter thread. So go in, show us what you're working on, tell us what you're planning on working on, and then a finished objects. So that's that.
Do you know what? I've been sat here for the last few minutes wondering who you are.
Who am I?
Who are
We're like
you?
one of those TV programmes where
What's that programme?
That's CSI.
Which one?
The original one, Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Which came back in this country, I think, recently.
With
Ted Danson from Cheers.
He was very good.
Yeah, and it's back. The new series is on.
We didn't like it when the previous fellow was in it, did we? What's his name?
No, Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah,
but,
didn't like it.
Competition, just a mini silly mess around competition. If we're talking CSI, if you could leave a note in our either the YouTube thread or in the Ravelry episode thread. So CSI, which character is this from CSI?
I know who it is.
Check the hair colour too.
Yes, that's the clue.
And do you know what? That was the most watched of all the CSIs.
That was our favourite. And did anybody ever notice how it was always colour coordinated?
Seriously?
Honestly, if you've not noticed this, go back and watch an episode of CSI Miami. They all the men would have the same colour tie on, and then the women would have like a dress on in that colour, or a man would have a shirt on. Every single time, honestly, go back and watch it. It's hilarious. And we used to have to guess, didn't we? We played a competition and said, "What's the colour this week?"
Stop.
Sometimes
everything.
It was 2 colours.
Stop everything. I have a conversation to have directly with somebody, and that person is Josh, and that's Josh from the Dairyland Knits podcast. Now, Josh thinks that I look like Thomas Lennon, the actor from Reno 911.
He kind of does.
So, what we'll try here a minute, I'll see if my technical wizardry is up to match my challenge I'm setting myself. I shall continue to talk here, and I will attempt to display a photo. I don't know how good the photo will be of Tom Lennon right there. So hopefully I'm now sat with Tom Lennon. If I'm not, I'll flick across to a picture of Tom Lennon. And again, if you'd like to drop a little note into our Ravelry forum and tell us what you think. Now, I said to Josh from the Dairyland Knits podcast, "Hey kids," I said to Josh that I would, to properly set this at rest, I would get dressed up in a police outfit, glasses, and put on a false moustache, strike the pose of Tom Lennon, and then see if I really do look like him. What was really funny was when I posted a picture of Tom Lennon as my profile picture on Instagram, Knitting Den thought it was
you.
So I must look like him. But please let me know. I'm really interested. Now, I was slightly cheeky this week because I proposed that that perhaps Josh looked a little bit like Topol. So maybe let us know what you think about that as well. Do you think he looks like Topol? Specifically from Fiddler on the Roof. Now, that what set me thinking about that was Josh did some singing in his podcast this week, didn't he?
Did he?
Matchmaker, make me a match.
That makes me think of
Chocolates.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh yeah.
It's on Mrs. Doubtfire, isn't it?
Yeah, that's so funny. Mrs. Doubtfire, what a great film.
Yeah.
Didn't you do a Mrs. Doubtfire impression?
I did.
What did you say? I can't remember.
I don't know.
You're going to have to trawl through, what do they call it, the back catalogue of Bakery Bears.
Find it.
And see if you can find it. Who are you?
Who am I? My name is Kay. My username on Ravelry is Bryony Bear, and on Instagram I am Bryony Bears.
And my name is Tom. No, it's not. My name is Dan, and my Ravelry name is Obi-Wan Knitter, and my Instagram name is Obi-Wan Knitter. And please do come along, say hi.
Say hi.
And join the fun.
Join in.
Yeah, so we're here. We are, we've already spoken about that. I'm doing a knitting day. I love that. Don't you love that? How on her podcast she does the start and then she reads through and does it all again.
Denise, he's just making fun. We absolutely love you, you know we do.
Yeah, I love it. It's so
You
brilliant.
should know by now that Dan just loves to make fun of everyone.
That's not true.
But he only does it when he really likes people.
That is true. That's very true. So yeah, we've spoken about getting ahead of the game. We've introduced ourselves. It's time for Bakery Bears Out and About. And this week we are in Barnard Castle. And I think Woolmehouse is fairly close. Oh, that's looking across from Woolmehouse.
Yeah.
It's a lovely old place. I actually prefer it. I think it's got a better feel for me than Richmond. I don't know about you.
Yeah, maybe. It's more, I don't know what the word is, it's more kind of a lived-in place, isn't it, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I could live there quicker than I could live in Richmond.
Yeah, I agree, actually.
And not far from us at all, this.
No, maybe...
20 miles?
Yeah, 20 minutes in the car, 25 minutes.
Beautiful. I love that church.
The church is really nice.
And it was lovely, actually, the day we went, because they were all going in for the morning service, because it was quite early on.
It was a Sunday we went, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was very busy, actually. We couldn't believe how busy it was, could we?
Yes. Actually...
This is about sort of 10:15 in the morning on a Sunday.
Yeah. And we got there thinking it's going to be perfect timing for filming and getting things done. And, you know, it was absolutely fine, but I've never seen it so busy.
No.
There is that church, and there's the congregation on their way in. Bryony was very happy.
She was skippy girl.
She was skipping. Why was she skipping?
I can't remember.
Well, we're going to see why she was skipping. And she was skipping when we walked away as well from why she was excited. Look at the architecture there. I don't know if that's reminiscent of anything over in the States. I'm not sure what their churches are like.
Yeah, I mean, I would guess that church is 1800s, maybe, something like that.
Yeah, so it could be reminiscent.
I think
So we're now heading across to the famous Barnard Castle golf course.
Yay!
Get excited.
This was redone, wasn't it, a couple of years ago? It was really tragic.
Here she goes. Was this the amazing shot? Or was it the next hole?
I don't think you were recording. She did a hole in one. It was
amazing.
Unbelievable. Oh, hang on.
Oh, that got so close.
I think that might have gone in.
If I'd just been panning back.
If you were watching.
I think I did see the
you
one.
Would have. Yeah.
It's a great course to play.
She did a hole in one on that end hole, I'm sure.
People never take it seriously, though.
No, I mean...
another nearly holy one. She's a genius.
Oh my goodness.
But of course she won. Bryony won the golf.
Yay.
The very first Bakery Bears golf tournament. So then off we went for a walk down towards the main part of town. And there's loads of really interesting sights to see. There is, unfortunately, in this country has seen that great buildings like the bank has been taken over by bookies, hasn't it?
Yeah, lots of banks have closed down, just cost-cutting exercise, you know. If it's a fairly smallish town, they tend to close the banks, don't they?
Beautiful, old-fashioned, great building, and now it's got
the bookies.
It's got a
I
bookies.
don't know what you'd call them in America. Americans know what bookies are.
Boys.
Boy
oh boy, it's boys.
Yeah.
Purveyors of fine wools.
Well, if you like really scratchy acrylic.
Now that Costa Coffee, remember that Costa Coffee, because we're going to be seeing more of that in our location, in our favourite places to knit location, coming up later on in the show. So walking down into town, what you find is something called the Butter Mart. Now this was built by Thomas Brakes in 1747, and its name derives from the fact that the farmers' wives sold dairy produce on the ground floor. It protected the women and the produce from the sunshine and the rain. Amazing building.
It is. Yeah.
And the one thing we didn't look for, actually, there's a cross nearby that has bullet holes on from a duel.
The problem was they were digging up the road.
Oh, what a day. Middle of the summer.
Oh, my goodness.
And they choose that to dig up the road.
Yeah.
And also, right when the Tour de France be nearby. You know what it's time for.
What's it time for?
You all know what it's time for, don't you? One person in particular knows what it's time for. So it's time for me to say, Kim Jones, what's on your needles?
How weird that we're both Kate Jones.
I hope I caught you out. Now,
she's now going, ah!
Yeah, I hope so. Kim Jones, who is the co-host of the Come Knit With Us podcast.
Which is hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
They're bonkers.
They're bonkers.
Completely crazy.
And I'm sure they would agree. But in the nicest possible way.
Hold on, get your glass. Get your glass.
Oh.
I don't know.
Sippy.
Sippy.
The first time I saw you do that, Kim, I was like, what was she doing? But,
oh, no,
you know.
There's someone at the shop. Strike the pose.
You said, what are they doing? I said, oh, there's some, I think. Is it at the back of it? I've only watched a couple of episodes, so you'll have to forgive me. But is it at the back of a knitting shop? And if somebody comes in, you hear like a little bell, don't you? And
It'd be
somebody
funny
has to go.
if it's not a knitting shop at all.
It would be, wouldn't
if it's
it?
like
and
a
I've got
chippy or
totally
something.
the wrong end of the stick.
No, I think it clearly is a knitting shop.
Yeah.
But so the question is, why oh why did we select Kim Jones, or why did I select Kim Jones this week for the first What's on Your Needles? I'll tell you why. She's not had a good week. Car, serious problems.
Yeah.
They nearly couldn't podcast. They recorded, go and watch their most current episode. And at the end, they actually recorded a short little snippet of them apologising because they couldn't podcast. And the best bit is where she goes out to the car. It's like, oh God.
It's like on Faulty Towers where he's hitting it with a stick.
It's so brilliant. Did we mention Faulty Towers when we spoke about TV? Seriously, if you haven't watched it, you've got to watch it. It's the funniest thing.
I think quite a few people have mentioned it in that phrase.
So lots of people will know this. But if you don't know it, give it a go. But yeah, so Kim, I hope that's brightened up your week a little bit more. I know you got the bill for your car yesterday, and it was 666, the bill.
It was. That's not a good omen.
Stop it. Omen.
That's what I mean. I didn't say that on purpose.
Oh. Yeah, Kim, what's on your needles? You need to get over to the thread and you need to show us. And actually, I hadn't even said, the other reason why we selected Kim was she's Kay Jones as well, as Kay said. That's her initial. Kay's obviously called Kay. And I mean, how frustrating that's been for your whole life.
It's not short for anything. It's just Kay.
Yeah, Kay goes. People say, can I take your name? Yeah, it's Kay Jones. And what's your first name? It's Kay.
Kay. And they're like, that's your initial. What's your name? I'm like, oh, my name. Because you always say to me, and whenever they ask me, I always say it's Kay, K-A-Y. And you always say, why do you do that? And that's why.
Yes. Frustrating. So, Kim has always thought that I was talking straight to her. Well, this time I was. So straight over to the forum, show us what's on your needles. We all want to see, don't we, folks?
We do.
Okay, Joe, what's on your needles?
I've realised that this is the same thing that was on my needles when we were talking at Barnard Castle, but I'll quickly show it. This is the same sock that I was knitting on at Barnard Castle. It's the second of Bryony's. I just finished the row. It's the second of Bryony's Christmas socks, and I'm trying desperately to finish them before we go away. The end of this week, which will be now by the time you come to watch it. And I think I was only on the ribbon when we were at Barnard Castle, and I've now done this much.
Yay!
I have turned the heel, I've done the gusset decreases, and I'm on the foot. So I've got today and tomorrow, so I might get it finished, but if not, I'll just stick it in a bag and I'll finish it when I get home. So that's the first thing, and this is the Vesper yarn that I spoke about before, Vesper sock yarn in the winter mint. And the colours, again, the stripes matched exactly after I turned the heel. Didn't have to break the yarn or anything. It's like a knitting miracle.
It's called skill.
I don't think it is. I think it's called luck, really.
You make your own.
So that's my first thing. Do you want me to carry on?
No.
Oh, right, okay. Dan Jones, what's on your...
Well, I shan't dwell too long because I'm going to talk about this on location. But it is another Bankhead hat.
Yay!
And it's in the lovely... Talk about the yarn for me.
It is Blue Sky Alpacas Extra, which is 50-50 baby, alpaca and merino. And it's an Aran weight. And it's beautiful.
It's very nice. Very squishy.
Yeah,
lovely to knit with.
Very squishy. Lovely stitch definition. Do you even know what that means when I say that?
Do you see, that would be like saying the sticking definition of a drummer. So I know exactly what that means.
Oh, right, okay. Do you want to hold it up a little? Isn't it pretty? It's lovely, and that is pretty much the colour. It's maybe not quite as bright as that. It's more of a salmony pink.
And this will be a Christmas gift.
That'll be a Christmas gift for someone, yeah.
Yes.
So,
it's lovely.
it's lovely.
It's lovely. This Kay
Lovely.
says it all Welsh. It's lovely.
It's lovely.
And what was the wool that went out for the prize for?
To Kimmy Knits.
Yes.
She got some yak and merino blend.
Right.
I think it was a sport weight.
And was it from the same?
No,
Oh, right.
It was Bijou Basin.
Sorry.
Yep.
See, Bijou Basin. What does the word bijou mean?
Small.
It's very bijou.
Yeah, small and cute and...
So actually, Bijou Basin means small sink.
You'd have to ask them. Maybe we should...
But
It's
doesn't
Bijou Basin Ranch.
Right.
It's the name of... I'm presuming it's the name of the ranch,
So-
is it? Where...
maybe they're in like the basin,
The basin,
of a.
and maybe it's a small basin.
But the basin, obviously,
bijou.
if it was a geographical thing,
Yeah.
a Bijou Basin would be a pretty cool place to be.
Yeah.
I want to go visit. Kate Jones, what's on your needles?
My next thing is... We were just talking about it, Bijou Basin. I'm trying out this new yarn that I got, and this one is... It's yak and bamboo, 75% yak, 25% bamboo, and it's a sport weight, and it's 180 yards that I've got in this skein, and it's I can't remember the colour name, it's a weird name, I did look it up, but I can't remember exactly what it was, and it's this beautiful purple. It's maybe not quite as bright as that, but it's lovely tonal purple, and I've started some mittens. And the pattern, I've had this...
The pattern?
The pattern. I've had this pattern for a while actually, and I don't know why I didn't cast it on when I originally bought it, but this is what I'm doing. It's the Loch Lomond by Kendra Hope Polka Dot Sheep. Really pretty mitten, and it's designed for sport weight, so it's absolutely perfect, and the yardage was spot on that I needed, so it seemed like fate. So I've cast this on, and I am up to here. Oh, hang on, can we even see?
Yeah,
Maybe
just
I'll put it on my hand, and that might just help. I'm struggling. I don't know, can you see?
I'll be able to see it fine because I'll zoom in.
Okay, there's like a, there we go, you can see it now. There's a twisted cable down each side. They look like gauntlets or wristlets at the moment, don't they? So it's like a 2x2 rib, and then you switch to a 1x1 rib with this twisted little cable running up each side. Very pretty. It's quite slow to knit, obviously, because of the 1x1 rib, but I'm not in any rush. And it might be a Christmas gift for someone when I'm finished with it. But it's really lovely to knit with, very soft, and I'm using my carbons for it because the bamboo is quite slick and the carbons are quite grippy, so it's perfect. So loving that one. So that's that. Dan Jones, what's on yours?
Well, what's on my needles is the continuation of Bryony's sock. Now we've had some fun with this. I'll try and hold the position because of the lighting. I will brighten this up and I'll focus in close, so you should be able to get a good look at that now. Heel turn all done. We had some fun and games because we've obviously scaled it down because it's the easy peasy sock pattern or something, is it?
Yes, and then I just took out some stitches
But then I also what I do when I knit, I get bored if I have the same amount of stitches all the way through. So what I try and do as I go is I'll try and just pick up a loop, create a new stitch.
He's very successful at this.
And that way then, when I then pass it to Kay for assistance with things, she spends hours trying to work out how there's 21 on one needle.
I had 21 stitches on one side and 20 on the other. Yet he'd done a 2x2 rib to start off with. And I was like, how is this
How is that possible?
Even possible? And do you know what he'd done? Shall I show them, or I'll just tell you what he'd done? By this time, he'd knit the heel flap and I was just knitting a little heel turn for him.
I still struggle with that bit.
Yeah, so it's only that little triangle bit. I was knitting that little heel turn. And then I picked up the stitches along one side, and it's only when I came back to knit back across that I'd got 10 on, one side and 11 on the other, and I'm like, what's gone on? So I took the heel flap. I thought it was me. I thought I must have done something. So I took out what I'd done, the heel turn, and got back to where I started, and I thought, no, it's not me. So I spent ages, didn't I? And I looked all the way down, and what he'd done on the first knit round after the ribbing, at the end of a row, he'd managed to he'd like pearled it, he'd knit those last 2 stitches, and then he picked up a loop in between the next 2 stitches and just knit into it. So I thought, right, I'm not pulling it back, so I just knit 2 together at the end of a row just to bring the stitch count back right.
Perfect.
'Cause nobody will ever know, really. But thank you for letting me enjoy that hour or so, working that out.
It's good. So while I continue talking, you'll obviously pick up your next What's on Your Needles.
Okay.
This is a really nice wool that's really great to knit with.
I love it.
Yeah. There's been discussion before in previous episodes about how you would never make socks out of this because it would just wear through. Is that what it would do?
No, well, I mean, it would do, but they would felt.
Right.
Because it's a single ply, non-superwash.
Yeah.
So, in theory, it would probably felt like crazy on the bottom, but, we're not bothered.
As we've established, these are bed socks for Bryony.
Yeah.
Bed socks for Bryony. And they are in just the best purple ever. The best way to get the colour of this is on Instagram because it really picks out the colours.
It's really
nice.
Just beautifully tonal. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it is.
And I love it. It's Malabrigo worsted, and I was just saying to Dan this morning that I really want to knit myself a jumper in Malabrigo worsted, and I've just sort of stopped myself just because of the whole single ply pilling blah 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 business, but I just love the yarn so much. I just think, do you know what? I might just do that. So,
Kay Jones, what's on your needles? Ooh, that's colourful.
it is
Wow.
Amelia.
Amelia.
No, that's Olivia.
Yeah, I know. I changed it.
My Boston mug
That's a TV programme called Olivia. Go check it out.
from lovely Amelia, who sent the most amazing parcel you've ever seen in your whole life to us. Amelia.
Yeah, she sent these sweets for me.
He's eating them all.
Which I love. I'll see if I can redo the face. When I had one, because I really like sour sweets, when I had one, it made my face do this.
They're very sour.
They're very sour, very
Not
nice.
that I got to try any because he just scoffed the lot.
Literally everything, because there was loads of licorice, and
Yeah.
I ate a lot fast. Yes.
It's terrible.
And
It's
also
terrible,
the Sour
isn't it?
Patch Kids, I love.
Anyway,
What is on your needles?
this is I wanted another, just a sort of easy holiday project, but not socks because I'll show you. I've got a couple of pair of socks, and my friend Sally had just finished A Trillion by Martina
That many?
Bem. A Trillion projects.
Wow. A trillion of what?
You're very fast, Sally. By Martina, everybody knows what I mean, so it's fine. By Martina.
Navratilova. She's gone into knitting now. People don't know that she used to knit her own rackets. It's true.
Gosh, I'm on top form today, aren't I? Martina, I always said Bem, but apparently it's Beam. I don't know if I heard it on the Yarniacs podcast that they'd heard her pronounce it. She said, she said her own name, and she said Beam. So, presumably she must know what
Well,
her own name is.
You'd hope she would.
That sounded stupid when I said it, but anyway, I cast on A Trillion, And you see, I can't say that now without wanting to say projects
That many?
afterwards. And I've had this skein of yarn for a couple of months, and I did initially start knitting it into a jewelled cowl, but changed my mind for some reason. And then I thought, oh, do you know what? I think it'll be beautiful as a trillion, and I think it is going to be beautiful as a trillion. So I'm using Socks That Rock, lightweight, in Fire on the Mountain, and it's really not doing it justice, this colour. I did post a picture on Instagram, and you can really see the colours. That's not working. Oh. It's just all different jewel tones. It's really, really beautiful. So I'm not going to say literally, I say it too much. I've just cast on a tiny little bit. And then I've left it. I stopped myself because I thought, I don't want to carry on, I want to carry on. Everybody who's knit one of these knows that you know, it's just a 2-row pattern, but it's really nice to knit. You know, it's simple, but you've got something to do. You'll know what I mean if you've knit it, and I just love it. So I started that, and the pattern recommends 3mm needles. I just thought that's too small for me, so I'm doing it on 3.5mm. I did look at a few people's project pages, and you know, some had knit it on 3.25, some on 3.5, so I've gone for 3.5. Or have I? No, I haven't. They're 3.25. I tell a lie. 3.25 mils. And I think the fabric's coming up nice. It'll be fine, I think. And the ball, can you believe it, had a knot. It had a knot in it. I wasn't very impressed because they're not huge yardages. I think it's like 405 yards. Had a knot, so I ended up with a separate little ball, but I thought there's about 20 grams. So I thought I'm going to see what the size is like when I've knit this. And then, because you have to save a bit for the border, but it's only about 11 grams, I think. But I thought, well, I know that if I knit all that, I can safely get the border out of that. So it worked out quite well anyway. There we go. And that's in my Chatsworth bag. Da, da, da. We will be there when you're watching this. We will be there. And I made myself a little zipper pull look. Sorry, I've been copying Denise. I'm sorry, Denise.
No, you haven't, because those are zipper pulls.
Yes.
Denise's are bupper pills.
No, these are not bupper pills.
2 different things.
Entirely different things.
If you're uncertain what we're talking about, get over to the Kikiboo Bags
yes,
shop.
And I had great fun. Me and Bryony were making some one afternoon, and it was brilliant, just choosing different colours. And
Zipper pulls they were making.
we were making zipper
Not
pulls.
bupper pills.
Dan Jones. Oh gosh, got some yawning does.
Oh gosh, indeed, because I nearly forgot how to knit it. I'm looking at it thinking, what do I do now? Yeah, this is the Honey Cowl of Doom that has been running the length of our podcasts.
It has.
One day, I will finish this, and it will keep Kay warm.
I did say to him,
I don't want to.
Right, okay.
I want to continue knitting it.
He doesn't want to hibernate it, people.
You know when you get halfway through a book, and you sort of think, I really, really want to stop. But then, a bit like when you read that Death by Kashmir.
Oh, Denise.
Except,
no, you see, I wasn't ever going to say anything.
You see, Kay's a stopper. I'm a continuer.
No, and I really tried reading that book, Denise, and oh my gosh, I don't know what it was about it. I got to the point of I kind of wasn't bothered who did it. That sounds terrible, doesn't it? Not that, I mean, it was a nice book, and I loved all the knitting sections of it. You know, when they're all in the knitting shop and all that kind of stuff. But I just couldn't, and I must have read half of it. And then one night I just said to you, oh, do you know what? I just can't do this any longer. And so I haven't finished it. I'm really bad, aren't I? So, but I am now reading a really good book on my Kindle, which I love. No, I haven't said. I got a Kindle, didn't I?
You did.
I decided to get one. I got a Kindle Paperwhite, and I love it. And I really ummed and ahed for a long time about getting a Kindle because I do like an actual paper book. But I did get one, and I love it. And I'm reading a book called The Villa. I can't remember who it's by, because the funny thing is when you're reading it on a Kindle, you don't look at the cover of the, because normally you pick up your book and you look at the cover and the name jumps out at you, but you know, with a Kindle it just goes to the page you're on. Why are you laughing at me? It's true.
I just thought, on those Christmas cards, you open a Christmas card and you open it up and sometimes it shouts something.
Yeah.
It'd be so great if on a book you opened it up and there was a little thing inside and the author was shouting their name.
But it's a really nice book. I'm sure if you just look up The Villa, it was in one of the top, the top reads on the Amazon Kindle shop, and I'm really enjoying it. It's about a woman who inherits a villa in Sicily. Sorry, her grandmother's from Sicily, and she gets left this villa in a will. I mean, really.
Result.
Yeah. So I'm really enjoying it, and it's very descriptive, very atmospheric. I really feel like I'm in Sicily when I'm reading it, and really I'm just so madly jealous of this woman with this villa, I can't tell you. So anyway, I digress.
Is there anything else on your needles? Or is that enough?
Well, I've got... Can I just show you a couple of things that I'm going to have on my needles by the time this podcast comes out? Is that...
What do you mean, today?
Yes.
First?
Today. I bagged up a couple of projects for our holiday, and I wanted some new socks to work on because socks are my favourite, and I wanted a pair for each of us, for me and you. So I have balled up, and I've done this slightly differently this time. I have worked socks like this before, but I've got two. I've halved it, and this is Opal Sweet and Spicy. I couldn't tell you the colourway, I'm afraid. But it's browns and sort of a grey and a cream, and I really love these colours. I said last time I'm really loving these. Oh, it looks like eyes. I'm really loving these sort of neutrally colours. Is it funny how they both look completely different because one's wound a little bit looser than the other? So anyway, I've halved them and I've got 2 sets of needles in there. And I'm going to do them at the same time, so the cuff on one, the cuff on the other. I have done that before, and the only reason I don't do it all the time is I just forget. I wind the whole ball, start knitting a sock, and I'm like, oh, forgot to split it. So I've done that. That's yours, the opal. And then I wound the same thing again. I halved it, and these are for me. And it's the skein yarn that I mentioned last time. Look at that, oh, it's so pretty. And this is skein. Cashmere merino fingering, and the colourway is Tuscany. That's why I had Tuscany in my head, I think. And it's super pretty. So I've got 2 balls again. So I've done the same thing, 2 sets of needles. It's a good job I have like 10 zillion 2.5mm circulars, isn't it? So that's another one that'll be on the go. And that's it. Yeah, that's it now. That's all my whips.
You all know what it's time for now. Now is the moment. I've already selected one, but there are 2 more people who I will now ask, what's on your needles?
I don't know who this is.
Now, who will they be? Who has reached out to me this week and has made me have to mention them in this section? Well, the first one, well, it's the second one actually, because Kim Jones was the first one.
Yeah, that's true.
And actually, if we're being really particular, it's the 4th one because you asked me and I asked you. But no. The second one of the people external to the Bakery Bear's cottage. Drum roll. Excitement mounting. Is it you? No, sorry. Is it you over there? No, it's not you. I'll tell you who it is. It's Amelia! Amelia, what's on your needles? Show us.
I didn't know Amelia.
Show us right now.
Yay!
And why is it Amelia?
Because she's wonderful.
It is. Amelia, who posted a beautiful picture of herself in her Bakery Bear shirt.
Oh, yay!
It was so sweet that she posted that so quick.
Yeah.
And what's so funny is Amelia was posting on some of our YouTube comments, and we didn't realise it was her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's on her YouTube.
Oh.
She's Mila.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, she did tell us on there, so we know it's you now, Amelia. But Amelia, I think, has been with us since the start,
Yes.
very early on.
She's very sweet.
Super sweet, great friend, and sent me sweets.
Yes.
So,
and mugs. And
no, sweets.
and a beautiful bracelet. Oh my gosh. I said to Amelia, and I wasn't kidding, I've had this on every single day, haven't I?
But what about the sweets?
I didn't get any sweets.
Yeah, I did.
I got a beautiful
the
bracelet.
Star Wars ones. The Star Wars one's in a little tin.
Love it. It's from Bloomingdale's.
Oh, and there's mints too.
Bloomingdale's! I was like, ah!
You did get mints. She sent you
Oh,
mints.
I got some, what are they called? In
They're
a
lovely.
little tin.
They're really...
Yeah, I did get some
Altoids.
sweet Altoids. And I did
Singers have those.
I did have one, but I'm saving them. I put them in my bag for car mints for the holiday.
I think I've been eating them.
You better not have been eating.
I've only
Seriously.
had 6. I just had 6.
Seriously.
They're really nice.
Seriously, have you been eating
Just
them?
a couple.
No, honestly, that's not fair.
I'm sorry.
I didn't eat any of your sweets. He does this all the time. You can't leave anything that's remotely sweet-like.
It's my one weakness.
Yeah, well.
So Amelia, please make your way over to the What's on Your Needles thread.
Show
show
us,
us.
Amelia.
There's one more.
One more.
And I'm really not certain how to pronounce your name. So I'm going to do my best. And I apologise in advance. But this person comes from a country that is massively dear to my heart.
Oh.
I had the great privilege of visiting there many years ago on my way back from some months I spent in Australia. And what's funny is at that time I didn't get my love of their style of drumming. It was subsequently in life when I started to play their drumming, which I still do today and I love. So who is this person? I wonder if she'll have guessed from what I've said, because I did send her a message saying a lot of these things. So bear with me, everyone. I'm doing my best on the name. Chiagi, what's on your needles? Do you think I got that right?
I think so.
Chiagi in Japan.
Japan.
And how did she find us?
Oh, it's amazing.
She's on YouTube one day, and up we flash. There we are, looking at her.
And I think she joined Ravelry, didn't she, so that she could post in the group. That's what it
Chiagi.
That's what it
Oh.
looked like.
I'm
And
giving
she-
you a.
She
I'm
put,
hugging
you'll be able to see in the was it in the welcome thread?
She put
She
this,
put lots of little Japanese like.
and that's the thing that got me.
There's a word for it.
It
and
begins
they
with
look.
a T.
Yeah, they look. She uses all the punctuation, and they look like little faces and things.
Just amazing.
It's really cute.
Just so amazing. So
It's really-
it's absolutely amazing to know you. Thanks for coming over and introducing yourself in our Welcome to the Bakery. If you haven't done that, please do come over and say hi. It's great to find out who you are and a little bit about you. But yeah, Chiagi, what's on your needles? So now, Chiagi, what a challenge you have now, because I know you're new to Ravelry. Can you find the What's on Your Needles thread and show us some pictures? If you can't, don't worry.
It'll be something fabulous. I think Japanese knitters are
Yeah,
amazing.
so we'd
I've
really
seen
love to see.
a few, people
Maybe-
who are Japanese. Their projects are fantastic.
Maybe you should try Instagram, because Instagram, I think, is probably
It's
a
very
million
simple.
times simpler.
Yes, I think you'll really like that.
So just all you do with Instagram is you just download. Oh, you need the app though, don't you? So the
Yeah.
question would be, do you have a device that you can
A
download it
phone.
onto?
It needs to be a smartphone.
Yes, a smartphone. So hopefully you do. If you have a smartphone, download the app and show us some pictures, because we'd love to see what's on your
Yeah.
needles. Or if you can get over to the What's on Your Needles thread, even better.
Yay!
Kay Jones, what's off your needles?
Oh goodness! Right, let me put that down. Oh no, I won't put it there. Right, I have 3 finished objects. 3. One of them, admittedly.
Isn't that great? Sorry.
Do you know he does nothing but make fun of me?
No, I thought that was
You
nice
do.
what you
You're
did.
always making fun,
I was copying you.
and then I just feel ridiculous for what I've just done. If that was your aim, then you've achieved it. Right. My first finished object. This was nearly done last week, so.
Is Molly from the Homespun House
There's
podcast.
Molly with her red hair.
Hi, Molly.
Her hair's, Bryony's been playing with her, so her hair's gone even madder than it was previously. Look at it. But I did a dress. I finished a dress, and I put on little bear buttons. Can you see the little tiny bear buttons? Hello. They're very cute. So she's all finished, and I love her, and Bryony loves her. And I said when I finished it, I'm not doing another, like I do with everything. Not doing another one of those. But now I'm thinking, because your mum would love one of these. She loves anything knitted, doesn't she? But she
Yeah.
has got a couple
For
of...
her online shop called Wendy's Wool and Wonders. Not true, fibs. She
things.
doesn't actually have an
No,
online shop.
People go looking for it.
Yeah, don't. She just hoards fingerless gloves.
She has a rag doll that she keeps on the back of her sofa that goes everywhere with her when she travels anywhere.
And it's slightly rude because she hides things up her
She hides
skirt.
sweets up the doll's
And you have to go looking
for,
up the skirt
for all the
for
grandchildren.
food.
Yeah, for all the grandchildren. So I think she'd really like one of these. So I might do another one because it is. Oh, yeah, I mean they're all. I think all toys have an element of fiddliness in them. But I still enjoyed knitting her, so maybe I will do another one. In maybe Christmas colours or something. So that's her. That's my first finished object, and then.
No.
Oh, Dan Jones.
Could you do it with a bit more?
No, I've done it. Oh.
Dear me.
Da, da, da. Oh,
There it is.
There we go.
Perfect angle. It's Bankhead Hat number 2.
Yay.
So we all know now it's by Susie Gawley. Hi, Susie. And the yarn was from Lee. So I was going to call you Lou Lee then, but no, it's from Lee, who has a really cool Etsy shop. And actually, I'm sure at some point in this, and I was looking for the Etsy shop name.
You can find it. It's linked through her her website. That's how I found it.
It's on location. You can help me, and on location we'll put up her Etsy shop name so you can see it. So that'll come later on the podcast. But yeah, another Bankhead hat, and of course I'm now on to my third. Say nothing more. And yeah, great pattern, great yarn, love it.
Came out really nice.
Yeah, it did.
And you won the yarn chicken.
Oh, I did. I thought I'd entered into a cow then.
You beat the yarn chicken.
Yeah, I so wanted less left. I wanted there to be like.
I have kept the
like the tiniest bit.
I don't know where I put the tiny little leftover. It's like a little ball.
Kay Jones, what's on your needles?
Off.
Kay Jones, what's off your needles?
I finished Bryony's hat. I think I'd started this last time, hadn't I? So I finished her little owly hat, and I just put two owls' eyes on, mainly because I didn't have a third colour in that those little buttons. So it came out really nice, and it fits her perfectly, and it washed really nicely. It's just really, it's a win-win. I think for a child's hat, a lightweight hat because it's cotton acrylic, I think it's brilliant. So really pleased with that. Oh, that looks good. Look, ooh, doo-doo. So I finish that, and then shall I go on to my third?
No.
Dan Jones. What's off your Lego needles?
Well, yeah, no FO police for me. So don't even think about it, Mr. Matt Franklin. I shall get it. Right.
Wow.
It's been in the right direction.
Look at the window cleaner. He's so cool.
Window cleaner, super cool.
He's cleaning the windows.
This is, and if you look at the top as well, I absolutely love the architecture of the top of the building. I mean, the architecture running right the way down the building is superb. Each floor separates, and there's a different thing going on each floor. There's a chandelier on the top floor.
You can take them apart, can't you?
You can, yeah. There's also a little yard out the back there, and yeah, it's brilliant. It's like a department store, and if you see down here, there's lots of tiling. It's definitely an older project. So I think on the box it says 16 plus, and you could probably get away with it less than that. I'm sure.
Bryony does it though, doesn't she? She's excellent with Lego.
She does. So Bryony's with supervision, an 8-year-old would be fine with it. But that's a really fun item, and what's so great about that is it's really playable. So we have the Ghostbusters set, so we can use it with the Ghostbusters set, and we did. But I put some Instagram videos out actually of that. I made a little film. I couldn't post it on YouTube because I used the original music, but that was super cool. And we also use it with Back to the Future. Kay Jones, what's off your needles?
Well, again, if you're on Instagram, you will have seen this little chap, person, girl already. Da, da, da.
She's called Jean, isn't she?
No, oh, very funny. She's called Wilder. She's not called Jean Wilder. She's a girl.
Yeah, Jean as in J-E-A-N.
Yeah, the girl spelling. It's Wild Thing. I know, I do want to sing the song.
My heart sing.
I did put that, didn't I, on Instagram?
Oh, we do that as well with work stuff.
It's by Susan Claudino, No Knit Sherlock, on Instagram and Ravelry. And she's so cute. I used Dancing Dog Dye Works in the cupcakes, which was left over from Mr. Bakery Bear. And then the pink is Madeline Tosh DK in Molly Ringwald that I had.
Ooh, she's a good actress.
Molly Ringwald, yeah.
Who remembers those? What was she in?
Skein. Oh, I can't remember.
Something Club.
So I played yarn tricking with this. I thought I'm not going to have enough pink, and I did just have enough. So yeah, I won. She's very cute. She has a little bum flap on her pyjamas, and I forgot to sew the button. There should be a couple of buttons on there, and I forgot to sew them on. But Bryony loves her, and look how cute she is. She's so sweet. And Bryony says she's sad when she does that, and then she's happy when she does that. Looks crazy.
She looks like she's falling. Yeah.
So, and I knit her in 2 days. 2 days. I got a bit obsessed. So that's...
Kay Jones, what's off your needles?
This is actually an old off my needles, but it's something that I took with me the last time we went on holiday. We went in the summer again, but I always take it with me now in case the houses tend to be a bit chilly maybe, or in the evening, and I just sometimes feel a bit chilly. And this is my pendulum shawl. It's huge because I knit it out of a sport weight, and I think the pattern calls for fingering, so mine came out massive, but I don't mind that. And I knit it using Road to China Light, which I think is an alpaca. I don't know if it's pure alpaca. I can't remember now I think about it. And I honestly can't remember the 2 colourways, but it's all on my project page. I think I did it last year. And I love it. It's really huge. And I washed it yesterday, which is what reminded me that I wanted to show people. It's a great pattern. I really enjoyed knitting it. I'd knit another one. And you can wear it all sorts of ways because it's so enormous. I wear it as like a scarf, doing that. It's a lovely thick scarf.
Very Harry Potter.
It is very Harry Potter, isn't it? I feel a bit preppy.
Very
like I should be going to university, yeah.
Studying archaeology.
Oh, that would be cool.
Digging in holes.
Yeah, I'd like that. So I'll be taking this with me again, just for, in case I get chilly of an evening. So
Is
there
that
we
the
go.
end of what's off your needles?
Yep.
I think we should take a moment to talk about something we said we weren't going to do, and then we did. And we did speak about it last episode, but the Bakery Bear Etsy shop opened.
Yes.
And we said we were going to open it just in case Kay ever decided to knit up some bags.
Knit up some bags.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Make up some bags and sell them, and I think you've done...
I've done a few.
A few shop. So what a great thing to do to get the shop open, because going through that process, which was quite challenging, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
Etsy.
anybody who's got an Etsy shop, I just thought...
Kudos to all of you.
Yeah, because there's so many people who've got Etsy shops. I thought, it must be really simple, a simple thing.
But we didn't find it simple.
Oh my gosh, and you're very techno and everything.
Techno.
I didn't find it very easy to negotiate my way around all the screens that you needed to put things in.
And I tell you, the artwork, uploading artwork, the banner on the shop is really rubbish, and that's something I really pride myself with. If you look on any of our things, the artwork is always really good, but I don't quite know why they make it so challenging, getting it the right size. Certainly here we found really difficult, but it's open.
But anyway, it's
and
open, and and I have the T-shirt. We've sold quite a few of the T-shirts have been sold, which has been fantastic.
They also obviously come with badge.
I'll put in a little badge, and then
it's great to see some of them appearing. Yeah.
And then whenever what I'm going to do is just whenever I feel the urge to sew up some bags, I can just, that's the good thing about having the Etsy shop. I can just sew up, even if it's only 2 or 3, and just put them in there. And I did that the other day. I did 4 large sweater bags and put those in, and they all sold. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And I'll do some more when I get back, because I'm going to buy some tea towels in Chatsworth, and hopefully...
So your shop announcement...
I don't even know if they've still got this pattern of... they might have changed their tea towel, but in any case, I might just get maybe 6 and just put 6.
But shop announcement, I think it's already up on the shop, isn't it? Any purchases from now.
There's only t-shirts in there at the moment, so
Do feel free to go over and buy anything that you find in there that you like, but they won't be posted out until the 11th of August.
When we're back. Yeah, there is a notice across the top of the shop.
So yeah, the shop is open. Get ready for more bags.
Yay!
Well, I fancy going for a trip round a castle. Does anyone fancy joining us in our favourite places to knit segment?
Yay!
Let's go! Welcome to Favourite Places to Knit. Now I'm really shocked because this is our third castle in our segment of 3.
Yes, this is the last one.
It's flown by. And next episode we're moving on to stately homes.
Where will we be next episode?
How exciting. We'll be in Hull. No. If you want to know why Kay just laughed. Oh no, this is so derogatory to people who live in Hull.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with
There's nothing wrong with Hull at all. In fact, Hull used to have its own telephone exchange.
Did it?
Yeah. Long after they got rid of the ladies who used to unplug and then plug in, you know, when you wanted to connect someone. Hull had it for years and years and years.
Oh, right.
Yeah, up until quite recently, probably 10 years ago, I think it got rid of it. How strange. So what's really weird is there's people walking around quite close.
There are.
Which I love.
Somebody over there.
Talk about knitting in public.
It's very busy today, so it's
So
feeling
strange.
a bit weird.
This first thing, not that I'm bothered. Look, I knit. I'm a man and I knit. Look at my knitting. So, where are we? We're at Barnard Castle. Now, I really love Barnard Castle because it's a proper old-fashioned Motte and Bailey castle. And what I mean by that is there's a hill with a castle built on the top, which is how, back in medieval times, that's how pretty much all castles were built. And that's what it's like here. Yeah, we like it here, don't we?
We do, we come quite a lot, don't we?
Yeah. And I think here is where Bryony learned how to do roly-polies.
Oh yeah, I think it was down the hill. Do you remember, Bryony?
Yeah.
There's a place which will show you. We might even try and twist her arm to do a roly-poly.
Oh, I think it was raining last night. That's the only thing.
Yeah, well, we'll have to
I think
test
the
the
grass
water,
is wet.
test the ground. But yeah, here at Barnard Castle, we're going to show you around. We're going to look at all the different parts. There's quite a lot to see. But what are you knitting on?
I am knitting on Bryony's second Christmas sock because I finished the first. Yay! And I'll show you them. It's quite breezy today, actually. I finished the first one day before yesterday, I think, and they fit lovely, don't they, Bryony?
Yeah.
So here's the first one. So
Nice.
I'm really pleased with those. And the yarn is Vespa. My friend Sally gave it to me. Very
And
kindly.
it's great for socks, isn't it?
Well,
They don't wear through, do they ever?
well, I don't know yet.
All right.
It's not got a very good reputation for producing hard wearing socks, and it's Vespa sock yarn. I think it's 100% superwash merino, and it's winter mint is the colour.
That's hard to say.
Winter mint, yeah.
No, that's fun to say.
That's fun to say. And I think the main reasons that it's not very hard wearing is it's a 2-ply, which for socks I think a 3-ply is better. So it's a 2-ply and it's very fine as well. It's a very fine fingering. So I'm knitting this on 2.25 mils, and even that I think I could go down even further, which I won't. I mean, that's the smallest needle I knit socks on. But they're okay. They're just Christmas socks, and she'll just wear them around the house, won't you, on Christmas, Brian?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm knitting on. What are you knitting?
No, we'll save that till later.
Oh, I've just done a knit instead of a purl. There we go.
Yeah, I was just...
Tink back.
I was getting...
No, I've just purled some knits as well.
Whenever you say tink back, I always think of Tink Hickman.
Tink Hickman, yeah.
Or as I like to call her, Hink Tickman.
I'm presuming her name's Deb. I'm
I thought
presuming
it was Tink.
I'm presuming, Deb, you call yourself Tink Hickman because
Hi, Deb.
of tinking. I don't know, is that right?
Because she's always tinking back.
I don't think she is. Her knitting's beautiful. I don't think she looks like she has to tink back a lot.
Do you think that Froggy Monkey's called Froggy Monkey because she's always frogging things? Is
No,
that
I
why?
think, well, they've got a cat called Monkey.
Amy, we want to know.
I know they've got a cat called Monkey, and does she like frogs? Maybe that's. I'm just guessing. Do you think that's why?
No, I reckon
I don't
Darren says you're a Froggy Monkey because she's always frogging things
Because
back.
you're always frogging things.
That's my theory. Now, can you see much of the castle? Just move out of the way so you can see a bit of the castle behind. Look at that. What a great backdrop. It's beautiful. But that grey cloud, look, it's right over the castle.
I can't turn very well today. I've got a massive crick in my neck. I slept funny.
Oh no.
A couple of nights ago, and I'm like this. Oh. Kills.
She needs vodka. No.
Always.
Always. So, should we go and have a look around the castle? What do you think?
Yeah.
Cool. The moon is in her summer glow, and hoarse and high the breezes blow, and raking o'er her face the cloud, varies the tincture of her shroud. On Barnard's towers and Tees stream, she changes as a guilty dream, when conscious with her remorse and fear, goes sleeping fancy's wild career. Her light seems now the blush of shame, seems now fierce anger's darker flame, shifting that shade to come and go, like apprehension's hurried glow. Then sorrow's livery dims the air, and dies in darkness like despair. Such varied hues the water sees, reflected from the woodland tees. Then from old Balliol's tower looks forth, sees the clouds mustering in the north. Bit of poetry there by Sir Walter Scott.
Wow, very nice.
Would you believe that was actually about, well, you would believe that was about Barnard Castle.
I would.
But I really didn't think, some of the places we've been previously, like Broome, which is where Wordsworth went, it was quite easy to find things to suit. But yeah, and Sir Walter Scott, I know that name.
Well, so do I don't, but then it makes me think of the Antarctic fella, but that was somebody else, Scott.
Yeah.
Makes me think of
maybe
Walter
that's
Raleigh, and that's someone else.
It is.
So maybe it's just a combination.
Check this out though. Here we are, walking around the Bailey of Barnard Castle. And Barnard Castle, as we've already established, is a traditional English motte and bailey castle. So what you've seen down there is not a moat, that was not filled with water. That was, I suppose at times it could have filled with water if it was wet and rainy, but it wasn't designed.
Intentionally.
No, it wasn't intentionally. Now, interesting little bridge walk across. I don't think you ever enjoy going across that.
That one's okay. It's the other one. I mean, that's not got a huge drop, has it? It's the other bridge that you have to walk across. That one you can see over there, and it drops down really steep on the left, and I stay to the right and I don't look.
Yeah, the wood looks quite worn,
Yeah,
which
it
is
does.
yeah. You just
It's a bit worrying.
you could and actually there's other segments of the castle where some of the wood looks like it's actually gone through and it's been it's been patched up. I wouldn't fancy of treading on that little beam and then it going through. We're heading now though towards the outer ward. It's a great place to visit because you do get to see the outer ward and the inner ward. This is the Constable Tower, and what I love about Barnard Castle is you can see really clearly the outer ward, which is over there, and the inner ward, which we're going to go and explore now. Now the Constable Tower basically controlled the traffic through between the peasants and the workers who would have been working out in the outer ward, and the Lord and his family and all his servants who needed protection who were on the inner ward. It's a pretty vast structure. We'll have shown you a minute ago how deep over here the tower goes. Yeah, it's cool. It's a great way to start our tour of Barnard Castle. Here we are, crossing that very bridge.
Yeah, can you see I'm on the right hand side and I'm holding on to Bryony like for dear life?
I love this walk across though. You get a real feel for
look at that!
you get a real feel for the reason why these castles were positioned as they were. A defensive stronghold built here so that it had a great view of the ways into the settlement that was Barnard Castle, and also a great place to defend from. And of course you have the river, you have the Tees flowing down there, which we'll see some more in a minute. So it's a lovely entrance in. I think it's another reason why I really like this castle so much. Very dramatic entrance, different to Richmond. An oven.
An oven it is.
Perfect opportunity to cook Bryony.
Look, I'm in the bedroom. And it's got skylights.
And you found this close by.
Yeah.
No idea what that is.
No, it's like a shoot of some sort.
But I bet you it had something to do with what was going on in the kitchen. This is the Mortham Tower. Now the Mortham Tower was 5 stories high and and it was used as a lookout. It's a perfect spot because you can see all the way down that way and also all the way down that way as well. And also you can see anyone that's coming up the river. So it's a perfect place for a lookout tower. And if we look over that way, we can see the Great Hall. As we've discovered on previous castle visits, that's where the Lord would do all his entertaining, where he would eat his meals, and probably the most important building in the whole castle. It's the footings for the Mortham Tower, that 5-story thing, and I look at that spiral staircase. It's just, how did they build that so long ago? It was built by the Balliols. Now the Balliols were, they were kings of Scotland.
Right.
So the guy who originally built it was a guy called Guy de Balliol, and then I think it was his great-grandson was John de Balliol, and that links us beautifully to Robert the Bruce, because they were the people who were involved with the uprising of William Wallace, and here we have the main tower, and on the way up to this we get just the most stunning looking window frame. Look at that view.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And I always love to just take a moment and look out of this and check that out. It's very rare though that Kay does.
No.
But just for you, I made her climb up and look out. Look, she looks so thrilled.
I'm so happy.
That's Kay's happy face.
Because the drop on the other side, it wasn't the drop just there that you can see, it was outside the castle. And because the windows are open, oh my gosh.
Talk about a view fit for a king though.
Yeah, well, he can have it.
Now, there was a monk, supposedly, who lived in here, and around 1747, I think he was.
No.
Oh, no, sorry.
1845.
1747 is when the buttermart was made.
Yeah.
So the monk used to live in this tower, and he used to act as a guide.
Yeah.
So prior to English Heritage taking over, or before that was the Ministry of Works, and then English Heritage took it over, and he used to show people around. I sort of would have loved to have met him and given him a shilling and show me around the castle, please, sir. Now this is the tower, so it's on the way up to the top of the tower.
That's not me going up there.
No. The views as you go up are great. There we go. There's a brilliant one. You do have to work for them though, because all of them have the slitted windows, so it is quite challenging to see. But I mean, look how thick those walls are. Absolutely immense. And as you walk back down, you obviously get into the lower area of the tower, which was always traditionally used as a dungeon, as also it's like I think they called them a guard robe, didn't they?
Yeah.
Where the guards used to hang out. So this is me making my way back down to the guard robe. Here we are at the keep. This is where the hermit lived, supposedly. It's the most important part of the castle because this is where, if trouble started, the Lord would come, lock himself away, up nice and high, where we've just been. Down the bottom here, this is where the guards were, and this is where, as Brian is going to show you now, they put you if you were naughty, if you dropped a stitch.
This is where they put naughty people.
I love this bit of Barnard Castle. It's the original entrance, and if we look down here, you can see how, over the course of hundreds and hundreds of years, the soil level's built up. If you imagine initially, I would have been much further down, because that would have been high, because carts would have come up through here. And what's so great is, as you're coming up through, unlike a moated castle or modern Bailey castle, it was all about giving the guards the high ground so they could shoot down onto anyone who was coming into the castle who was maybe bad and who they didn't want in. So yeah, we'll take a walk now up through the moat and around the castle. Definitely my favourite bit, this.
It's amazing, isn't it, really, when you look at that?
Yeah, and then walking up as well towards there, you just get a real feel for what it must have been like to arrive here. I don't think a lot of people go down there.
No, I'd never been down there actually. You had before.
Yeah.
I never had, and it's really interesting. You do get a different viewpoint.
Yeah, I think people always go for the sort of money shots of the castle, so they always want to get up nice and high. But I sort of like to put myself in the position of the peasants, and looking up at what would have been such a scary building. This was another building that was built to sort of control the uprisings in the north of England that happened, that we mentioned on the last podcast. And yeah, as you come up this side, what you start to now get to is you've now left the main part of the castle as we're looking back there across. Really great views. Interesting day that, wasn't it? Because every so often it would spit.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was sunny, as you can see, but it wasn't as hot as it had been, which was nice. But then there was a bit of moisture in the air.
There was. And we found this on the way out. This is on the way out of the main bit of the castle. It looked like some sort of oven. I can't find anything in any of the guidebooks, but definitely an original feature. That's that bridge we walked across on the way in, the first one that you don't mind.
Yeah.
And then we find ourselves on the outer bits of the castle. And the outer bits of the castle, there is a garden.
Yeah.
Nowhere near as nice as the garden at Richmond.
No.
I think they call this a sensory garden. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's lots of herb-scented plants.
Yeah. But when you compare it to, and we were only there sort of a week and a half ago, and there's just flowers everywhere. There were so many bare borders, but a great view though, looking across.
Yeah.
You really get to see the full impact of what is a really impressive structure. I think that's the other thing about this castle. There does seem like there's more of it to me than Richmond.
It's kind of more spread out, isn't it?
Yeah. I think as well, with it being Motte and Bailey, it's proper traditional English castle.
Yeah.
This is the Robert Brackenbury Tower. Now, Robert Brackenbury was a lieutenant of Richard III, who famously came from around these parts, and he worked at the Tower of London. And this was named after him when it was built. It's a great guard tower, because here we have me and Brian, we're the guards, aren't we? And we can see down that way anyone coming in, and we can shoot at them. Two great little seats. Downstairs we've got a toilet, which we'll show you right now. And then up top here, it would have been covered over, it's the living quarters. Downstairs was the toilet and the storeroom.
If you look down here, you can actually see Costa Coffee.
And here we are now. We've done a full circuit of the castle. We're winding our way back around to the entrance.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy that little tour?
I did enjoy it, yeah.
It was a nice little visit as well. Normally you get a bit frustrated when it starts to rain, but...
Oh, so, alright, okay.
No, well no. I think like any lady, when your hair gets wet, it's frisbon time.
Yeah, it's mine especially, yeah.
But luckily, as we were coming out, it cleared up.
It cleared up, it was just a grey cloud that passed over.
We did, and we wound our way out of the castle and across to Bryony's triumphant golf tournament.
Yeah.
Welcome back from the tour of the castle. Personally, I really like the hermit story over in the tower. It's a myth, really. No one's absolutely sure if it's true or not, but there's quite a few paintings of this supposed hermit that lived in that tower, and there was an abbey of hermit monks that got dissolved, and that's where he's supposed to have come from. I've looked everywhere to see if I could actually find something about him, find out a little bit more about the story, but there's just nothing.
No, it's just like a tale, isn't it?
And I think what's so interesting about here is so many great writers have been drawn to Barnard Castle. Bill Bryson, that some of you may know, he came and stayed here and wrote some of his books.
Did he? I didn't know that.
Yeah. But also going back further in time, Wordsworth, and we had some poetry from Wordsworth at Broome, but also Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens actually, he was here for 2 or 3 months when he was writing Nicholas Nickleby, and he actually named one of the characters in that after one of the shopkeepers in Barnard Castle. So yeah, what's that bag? It's lovely.
Oh, it's my little bag from Lee, from Lou Lee.
Ah, the handspun lady.
The handspun lady.
Yes. My dealer.
And she sells these. She's got a little Etsy shop, and Dan will put the...
It's now right here.
the gubbins underneath, but it's a lovely little
Gubbins?
bag. Gubbins.
Gubbins? Do you know what gubbins are? What are gubbins? Tell us.
Gubbins.
But we don't know what that is. People are excited now. You've given them a new word to use.
Everybody knows what gubbins means.
Now, it's time for a small competition. I would like, so we say nothing more now. I would like for you to contact us. It could be on the Ravelry thread, it could be on the YouTube thread, or on Facebook, or on Twitter as well.
That's how it is.
Yeah. And I'd like you to tell me what gubbins are.
Okay.
And we shall find out. And maybe, oh no, they'll all look it up.
I know what gubbins
yeah, I know what
means, because I just said it.
Yeah. So anyway, it's a lovely bag, isn't it?
It is a lovely bag, I love it.
What's it lined with, actually? There's little pockets on the inside.
Yeah,
I
there's a
quite like.
pocket inside, and it's kind of like a canvas. It's,
Right.
it's plain white inside, but it's like a canvas. It's really nice. Oh, everything's blowing.
Hey ho, we can cope. But it's still quite warm though.
It's fairly warm, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not complaining after yesterday's.
But you don't need your woolies out though,
No.
because you normally do, don't you? When there's even a hint of a slight breeze.
Me personally,
Yeah.
are you making fun?
No, she gets her woolen underwear on.
Do not.
Well, that'd be itchy. Maybe it wouldn't if it was in alpaca.
No, it would. Well,
And speaking of alpaca, you have a question to ask me.
I do. Dan Jones. What's on your one,
Well, it is my hat trick of bankhead hats. Is that where it came from, I wonder? What do
I
you
was
think?
just thinking, a hat trick. I mean, it's a trick of hats. I mean, I don't know. We'd have to look that up, wouldn't we?
My hat trick of bankheads.
Yeah.
So yeah, this, as you'll have seen if you follow me on Instagram, I've cast this on since the last episode actually, and it's some of that great yarn that you
cast it on?
showed. It's that great yarn that you showed, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So the yarn that we showed in episode 6, here it is in real life. And also, I wonder if Kimmy Knits has got hers yet. Have you sent it?
Oh, I did send it. She must have it by now. I sent it a little while ago.
Did you?
Yeah. I would have thought.
What do you think?
Oh, maybe she's not told me, but she could be busy.
What was it that you sent her?
It was some bijou basin. It was lovely. Yak and merino.
Yak.
Yak.
Ooh, we like a bit of yak.
It's lovely.
They do smell a bit though, yak.
I'm knitting with it at the minute. I'll show you when we get back. It's really nice.
Cool. I think that's it.
That's it.
That's it for our castles favourite places to knit. Now, for certain, we will be visiting some castles again because we've got some real favourites that are maybe just slightly further afield that we go to a little bit that we'd love to show you. Midland Castle, for one, is amazing.
Midland's great, and it's a lovely town too. I say town, I don't know if it is really a town, it's more a little village, isn't
Yeah.
it?
There's also that lovely one as well, which isn't owned by anyone, which we should pop to. Halton. Do you remember Halton Castle?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And there's that lovely, that church.
Yeah, the church is really nice.
Super ancient church. We've got to take them there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really nice. And we're also, while we were away this time, well, I mean, we're not going to tell you where we're going, but we're going to go to another really beautiful, stately home that pretty much everybody will have seen on a certain costume drama.
Yeah, we're actually going to 2 places
Are we?
because the other place has been used as well in loads of filming. Loads and loads of filming.
Right.
The one we spoke about just a few minutes ago. Anyway, that doesn't matter.
I've got no recollection of that.
No. Kay has a fish brain. Seconds later, it's gone.
Gone.
Gone. Where? Who knows? So that's it at Barnard Castle. Next time we see you, we'll be at our first stately home visit. We all know what that means. Chatsworth. So we'll see you in Chatsworth in a couple of weeks.
We will.
Back to us in the studio. Welcome back. How was that? Did you enjoy our trip round Barnard Castle, Kay? Did you?
I loved it.
Yes, it was very nice. Such a dreamy place, actually. I've never really... What I love about this whole favourite places to knit thing is we're taking you to our favourite places to knit, but we look at them in a different way because we're showing you around.
That's true.
And we're appreciating them in a whole new way and learning new things about them. So thank you for helping make that happen. Guest time. Special guest time. And I'm going to do some special wizardry because I'm going to make her appear right here. So are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. Look what I just made. I made a briny. Say hello.
Hello.
That's a good hello. And look, she's sporting her. What does that say, Bea?
Baker is what's on your needle.
What's on my needles? I shall tell you. No, I already have. I told everyone already. But I'll show you later if you like. Are you okay?
I've not even brushed her hair, I'm sorry.
You've got a bit of a cough, haven't you?
She's got the cough of doom at the
You
moment.
had a bad night, didn't you?
Yeah.
But me and Bryony got up this morning at 2 a.m. And we watched 3 episodes of, what did we watch?
Raymond.
We watched Everybody Loves Raymond.
We love it.
We love that programme.
So funny.
You really like that, don't you? Who's your favourite?
Robert and Marie, they're really funny.
Robert and Marie. Robert, I think he's great. Brad Garrett, he's a go-to guy for Pixar, isn't he? He's in most of their films. But also Marie. And Marie, of course, was Clark W. Griswold's mother-in-law in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yes.
And that woman must be
She
ageless.
was,
Because she looks the same in
She
Raymond,
does,
which must be at least 10, if not 15 years after Crazy. And then Frank.
Yeah.
Frank's
we
great.
love
Poor
Frank.
Peter Boyle.
Yeah.
And Peter Boyle in one of my favourite films of all time, which is Young Frankenstein. So why are you here, Bryony?
I'm going to announce the winner of the competition.
You are. What competition is that?
The Bears in the Wild.
Yes. She's here to announce the winners. Now, do you remember who your winners are?
I don't know the names of them.
No.
But what were the pictures? Can you remember?
I'll put them up on screen.
Okay.
So talk about, do you remember the picture, the winning picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, so tell us why the winning picture won. And here is the winning picture. And do you know who you are? Are you ready? I'm going to click my fingers if I can. Let's just have a test. Yeah, sort of. And the picture's going to appear. So here it is. And Bryony, tell us why she's won.
She's won because I really like a bear and I like the surroundings, because that's where Laura Eagles from the Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah, no, that's cool, that's cool. So who is the winner? Tell us.
The winner is Colleen. She is Colleen APMS on Ravelry. So
That's so amazing. And that's it, isn't it?
Was that it?
No,
Was there other ones that you liked?
There's more?
2 more.
There's... Eh? Oh no.
Should we have 2 more winners and get 2
So
more
we've got
prizes?
2 more winners. Well, what are the prizes first?
Shall we do that?
Show them the prizes. They need to know. First of all, though, what's she won?
What has she won?
Colleen, what have you won?
Colleen, you have won.
A little Bakery Bears bag.
Have you put a badge on there?
I have. There's a badge on there.
Yay!
And also, I made you a little beaded zipper pull. Yes, it's a beaded zipper pull. Yeah. So it's got a lovely pink inside. So Colleen, send me a PM on Ravelry with your address, and I'll get it out to you as soon as we're back from holiday. If I haven't got a PM from you by the time I get back from holiday, I'll send you a message on Ravelry. But otherwise, just send me a little note with your address, and I'll get it sent out. Yay! So what else then?
Prizes.
Should we have 2 more prizes?
What do you think, Brian?
Yeah.
Let's see what they are.
You want to see what they are
That
first?
sounded all Italian. Let's see what they are.
A few weeks ago, the lovely Deb from Fondant Fibre, as you will have known if you've watched previous ones, sent us some handspun to use as giveaways. And this is another one. Bless you.
Sorry.
This is another one of those handspuns. Oh, God.
Apologies.
So it's merino and silk, and the colourway is Forget Me Not. I don't know what the yardage is, but it looks to me to be about a DK or a worsted weight. I would think there's going to be plenty for a hat or a little cowl, and it's beautiful blues and a badge. So this is second place.
But we don't know who is second place.
Who's second place? Can you remember?
Okay, hold on. In just 1 second, I'm going to make the picture appear. Everyone get very excited. I shall click my
Ready?
fingers, the picture will appear, and there it is!
There it is.
Who's that?
Who is it?
And why did they win? No, tell us why they
Just
won.
Tell us why they won.
I liked it because I really like the bear and I like the surroundings, especially because it was all made out of Lego.
Cool.
Wow.
And there's a Death Star on there, wasn't there? And we've
yeah.
got the Death Star. Yeah. Super cool. And who is it?
That is...
Bryony, say their name. Who is it?
Can you? I don't know if you can read my writing.
Diane?
Yay!
Diane, who is one in its socks.
Diane is one in its socks from Florida. So Diane, you've won second prize. So you've won that lovely skein of handspun.
Yay.
So again, if you PM me on Ravelry, I can't speak, Ravelry, your address, you know what I want to say. And then I'll get that sent out when we're back from Halls.
There's
Yay.
another prize.
And you love Diane's dog, don't you, Jack? He's the husky. I always show Bryony pictures of your husky. She loves him.
Okay, are we ready for the third prize?
Third prize.
Yes, are we ready? So we'll make it appear. Here we go. And there it is. Why did this win, Bryony?
I liked it because I really liked the surroundings, because it was like a fairy tale. Like you were telling a fairy tale and it looked like there was fairies all around.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe there was.
Maybe there was.
Maybe there was fairies because it was in a wood.
Yeah.
So maybe she'd found fairies and the
Yeah.
bear went to play.
Yeah.
And who is that?
That is, can you read my writing again?
Trisha.
Trisha, yay! And that's Trisha J82 on Ravelry. And it's Trisha from the US. I'm not sure whereabouts you are in the US, Trisha. So again, send me. Oh, I've not even showed you what you're going to win. I got sent a pattern, very kindly, Blue Sky Alpacas with the extra yarn. They sent me a lovely hat pattern with it, and it comes in a lovely little package, and I've put a badge in there as well, Bakery Bears badge, and I put a badge on the yarn too for Diane. So you've got a lovely hat pattern. It's really pretty, and it'll knit up to any Aran weight, I think. I'll show you the little. It's called Sweet 16. So I'll send you that out, Trisha. So again, if you send me, PM me your address, and I'll get it sent out.
Yes.
Yay!
So there are the prizes,
Well
and there is the
done.
end. Well done, and
Well
you can stay with us if you like for the last little bit. So Bryony's going to stay with us as our co-host for the last tiny little bit of the podcast. So what else do we have to do today? We've done our favourite places to knit. I think all we've got to do really is just say.
I was going to, and we'll do this next time because we're at kind of, we don't want to go longer than we already are. Longness, that's not a word. We got sent lots of lovely things the past couple of weeks, and I put them all in a little basket. Lots of hand spun. Oh my gosh! But I'm going to save it till next time if that's okay. Everyone knows I thanked them all when the parcels arrived, so I'll keep them to one side and we'll do that for next time because we don't want to overrun.
Although we could make this the Hobbit cut.
Well, I can show them if you want me to.
No.
We'll save it.
Yeah, we'll save it until next time.
Okay.
So, yeah, just
I think.
yeah, that is it. I think. Thank
that's
you
it.
so much, everyone.
I hope I've not forgotten anything.
Thanks for watching. Again, we've said this the last couple of episodes. How overwhelming the support is being. Someone made a comment in a lady from Darlington actually.
Oh yeah, Sulu.
Hi Sue.
Hi Sue. We found somebody.
Probably
in
our
same
closest
town.
viewer. There are some very close viewers because Linda, who we know well, Linda Thompson,
Yeah, Linda.
is up the road in Durham.
Jodie's not that far away. Jolie.
Jodie,
Why did I say Jodie?
over on the other side of the country in
Jolie, I'm
Accrington.
sorry.
And I wonder where Lee is actually.
Lancashire.
Lancashire.
I want to say Lancashire. Am I completely wrong, Lee? I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but I want to say Lancashire.
Did you send her something? No.
Did I send her something? I don't
No.
think so.
No, so you wouldn't know actually where she is.
No, I'm just
No.
going by, because I bought something from her Etsy shop, so I'm
Yeah.
just going by that, I think.
But yes, did you have something to say?
No.
Oh, right, okay. I thought our co-host was going to chip in. Are you sure you don't have anything to say?
Oh, Bryony, you can model your hat while you're here.
Yes.
Oh, don't pull a face.
A bit of hat modelling.
Hang on. Let's go. Look how cute she is. Oh, look. She looks really happy to be modelling
You
that
do look
hat.
super cute. You do look super
And
cute.
just,
actually.
you know, anybody watching who is of the praying kind, so please, yes, cough.
Yeah.
Bryony's cough, please.
We need to sleep.
We need to sleep.
Sleeping would be
Oh my
a
gosh,
benefit.
yeah.
Where's the coffee?
Yeah, well, I've had 2 cups already and some ibuprofen because my neck was playing up.
I'd like a third.
And I've got to go to the dentist in half an hour, so...
Okay,
Maybe.
so that is the end of episode 7. We'll call it the Star Wars episode. No, we won't. So that's the end of episode 7.
So all you winners send me a PM.
Please do. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you, everybody.
Please,
Thank you
please,
for all the parcels. Oh my goodness.
please come over and introduce yourself in our forum on Ravelry, because it would be great to get to know even more of you from all over the world. And yeah, thank you for the unbelievable support, and we will see you really soon.
We'll see you when we get back from Chatsworth.
Yeah, with some great Chatsworth little segments. So that's the end of the castles and favourite places to knit onto our stately homes. Yeah, see you soon.
What?